Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We are here at this homestead because the King of Perth has arranged a marriage between his son and the princess of this location, the daughter, and something's been going wrong. His messengers have not been returning, and he wants us to make sure that everything's okay and to get the daughter, the princess, whatever, back to Perth so that the wedding can occur for political reasons. So we're here to find out what's going on. And I think we're going to just use the usual, except switching out Kettle, because again, having a native person from here could potentially be helpful. And let's head on in. I mean, I guess Kettle technically is kind of a native, but we need to do his quest as well at some point. Reasonably sized area. I'll take the free skill point.
The attack was sudden, a well-executed ambush.
Ah. Yeah, that's not good. We do have survivors. Perhaps I should talk to them first before looting everything. Turan Mac Rueg. I can't pronounce these names. A burly man watches you through narrowed eyes. Around him, a small group of people are picking through the ashes. What happened here? He shrugs with forced dispassion. Vikings attacked. Burn the place to the ground. What are you doing? Looking for salvage. People who lived here don't need it any longer. I'm looking for the king of Dalriada. Then you're in bad luck. The king was taken by the Vikings. You shouldn't be looting here. It's disrespectful. I say as I was in the process of looting. His voice remains detached and hard-edged, but you catch him eyeing your herd with worry. Mind your own damn business. So the Vikings took the king. Can't say I'm super surprised, but if they took him, that means he's alive, and hopefully so is his daughter, which means we can theoretically still complete the mission. Amulet of Matcha. 10% damage versus shields. Well, alright then. If we look at you, what did you have on? Avoiding crits. I will give you more shield damage because you're often, as an axe wielder, you're often attacking shields. We could also give it to Adis, but she usually just pulls the shields out of the way because her total damage is pretty poor.
Ugh, that smell of burnt flesh. I think it may never go away.
Yeah, that's probably not a good smell.
I can't stand this. How could someone do a thing like this?
Yeah, it's almost certainly schools people, and they're pretty terrible. Stone looks like it stood here forever. Its base covered in lichen top and bird droppings. Strange markings are chiseled across its surface. Some look like shapes of animals or plants, but most are completely incomprehensible. Yeah, we've definitely seen that before. So our goal is to get back there. How? Oh, I didn't realize we could walk up this slope. The girl is on her feet long before you reach her hideout. Her eyes are red from crying, her fine clothes soaked with ashes and blood. She stares with fear in her eyes down the blade of a kitchen knife. Stay back! I'll not be used for your sick pleasures. I'll take as many of you horse sons with me as I can. Aif's voice is soft and kind. Finguala, Igen Donncoirce. Do you remember me, Your Highness? Finguala blinks away defiant tears. Your daughter to Niall of Kate. I'm sorry, your name... Aif of Kate. Aye. We only met once, 4 years ago, I think. The tremor in her voice is amplified by uncertainty. Why do you travel with these... This is Alfbjorn of the Danes. Whoever burned your father's homestead, he has nothing to do with it. Alfbjorn? I've heard of you. You're the one who controls Orkney, aren't you? I am, in fact, yes. We haven't really done much with that. Finguala slowly lowers her small blade. Bitterness enters her voice as she gestures towards the smoldering ashes of her father's homestead. The people who did this were Vikings, like you. When were you attacked? I think it's been 5 days? Her eyes dart to some of the injured for confirmation. Yeah, they came in the night 5 days ago. What colors did they wear? Purple. Purple and black. School's banner. Yep, as expected. Can you describe their leader? She spits angrily. That beast, big, bald, clad in chainmail? Skaki, as expected. She begins to look a bit emotionally adrift. You know him? He's the bannerman of our enemy. We know him, unfortunately, or I know enough that when we catch him, I will flay him alive. He's the bannerman of our enemy. They took everything. Father made me run. He made me hide. But even if I hadn't, there's nothing I could have done. We weren't prepared. And where is he? They took him north. Bressel knows where. One of the wounded warriors struggles to stand. He wears the scars of many battles on his face and chest, and has recently added a fresh chest wound to his collection. I am the princess's personal guard. At her command, I followed the Vikings who took her father. They made camp a day's travel north in a cove along the cliffs near Loch Horn. They hold the king in a small cave in the base of the cliffs. As you can see, they found me. I was lucky to get away with my life. How many are they? I saw 8 Vikings and a dozen Picts. The Picts are poorly armed, but the Vikings are equipped for war. There were Picts among the attackers, that's what I'm thinking. Because the Picts should be beholden to the King of Perth. And therefore, an attack on the people he's trying to ally with is real bad. There were Picts among the attackers? The Vikings sacked our homestead alone, but they traveled with Picts, aye. One of the clans most fervently opposed Constantine's rule, and most in favor of Conall mac Taigd. Conall mac Taigd is dead. His eyebrows jump in surprise. Geraint finally got the old dog, did she? Good for her, but if I hadn't heard of it, the people who aid these Viking bastards haven't either. They fight for him still. We'll rescue him. Will you be safe here, or I'm not here to rescue him? We're all asked only to bring the princess safely to her wedding. We'll rescue the king. Will you be safe here? She's fighting to prevent herself from shivering with exhaustion. We've made it so far. We'll make it a bit longer. Please, hurry. I don't know what those animals are doing to my father. The wounded bodyguard raises his hand weakly. Viking, I beg a moment of your time before you leave. Just give me a moment to steal what little supplies you guys have. Thank you. Yeah, what do you need? Russell's round cheeks and broad shoulders are evidence of strong health, but his wound has cast a sickly pallor over his skin. I have a favor to beg of you. He raises his unhappy eyes to meet yours. It pains me to put my faith in a stranger and to ask a favor of someone like you, but I've no other recourse. I'm not in the business of doling out favors, or you've been through a lot and I'm willing to help you in whatever way I can. Yeah, we'll see what help we can do. He musters a weak smile. You have my gratitude. It's rare to find kindness among strangers. As we speak, looters scour my king's home. Those carrion eaters showed up a day ago, but I lack the strength to chase them off myself. The princess would confront them if I let her, but can I risk it? Though it pains me to consider the possibility, she may be the last of her father's bloodline. Don't say that so close to her. If she hears that, she's not going to be happy. I beg you, will you run those scavengers out? While the princess still lives, they are thieves. Every minute they pick through the ashes is a blow against my king's sovereignty and my own honor. Finishing for another fight, consider it done. I'll see if I can convince them to leave of their own accord. We must go to the king at once. If they're still here when we come back, I'll consider it. Or this is not even remotely my problem. I will not make it mine. I don't think scaring them off is going to delay us in any significant manner. If the king is still alive, us being there 20 minutes later is not going to change things. I'll see if I can convince them to leave of their own accord. He reaches out and squeezes your arm. Thank you, Viking. I hope the scavengers have some decency after all. I don't want to tell them that the princess lives and is around.
I had a nightmare once where I saw our home burned to the ground. Grim fate to inflict upon another.
Yeah. I don't want to say the princess is around, therefore don't loot it, because I don't want them going after her. But hopefully there is some option to convince them. A burly man watches you through narrowed eyes. Around him, a small group of people are picking through the ashes. On behalf of the princess of Dalriada, I order you to leave at once. While the princess still lives, you are not merely looters, you're thieves. For a hard strength test, which we will fail at, let me show you what we do to looters in my country. Or just go to an attack. Oh, I really don't want to tell them about the princess, but it's the diplomacy 3 which we have. And I'm not telling them where she is, just that she lives, and so they're thieving. Wish there had been a better choice, but we're not going to succeed at this hard strength. While the princess still lives, you're not merely looters, you are thieves. The princess lives? How can I know you're telling the truth? The other looters are glancing at the big man. He grunts contemplatively. I can tell you're a reasonable sort. How about a deal, hmm? It's been a lean spring for my family. We can't leave here empty-handed. We've never received any help from Donncoirce. I figure they owe us. What we need is a helping hand. Show us you give a toss, and we'll leave peacefully. We give 400 valuables, which isn't that big of a deal. I think we still have, like, nearly 20,000. I'll give you 20 pence, and then I never want to see your face again. You dare ask for alms? You'll pay for this insolence. Or I give you a chance to leave peacefully if you remember that. I'll give him the 400 valuables. Here's 20 pence, and I never want to see your face again. The man accepts your coin with something approaching gratitude. I must say, I didn't expect such an action of you. This will feed us for a week. Thank you, stranger. He jams a thumb and index finger between his lips and whistles loudly. The rest of the looters, already attentive to your conversation, brush ashes from their clothes and follow him out of the homestead and away down the road. Alright, let's quickly report back that they've left. Russell staggers to his feet when he sees you. What news? The looters are gone. He sighs wearily, then sinks back to his feet. Good riddance. Please accept my sword as a token of my gratitude. I'm sure it's not much compared to your own fine steel, but it's all I have left. All my possessions were lost in the fire. Perhaps you can sell it as salvage. I mean, maybe, but don't you need your sword to protect the princess? Like, you still have a job to be her bodyguard. That hasn't just suddenly ended. Let's see this sword. It's okay. It's worse than the sword that our only sword user is using. It's not great. Well, with that, I guess we don't need anything else here. Let's go after the king. So he's up here. All right. So that's going to be 22 hours. We need to rest around this time frame. Just seeing if there were any occupied ones that I could add to my list of clearing out, and there are not. So we'll just go here. Low food, very bad shelter, very high security. So it's not going to be a good campsite. but that's fine. Three-meter spoiling. 2 herdsmen have available shifts. Let's have you do witchcraft. Who else has Adis? There we go. We have some hunting, some preserving. Is everyone on meat? They are now. Just to check. Yeah, we were over-preserving because we weren't all on meat. There we go. We'll have you do some preserving. And make camp. No events. Perfect. Bit of wood and a pit trap. How are we on the homestead? 4 more days. Okay. Just checking. Want to make sure I'm not gonna accidentally miss that. Alright. That'll be our team. Let's go rescue the king. Hopefully they don't, you know, kill him as soon as they see us or something. And interesting that it's Skaki, because we're dealing with the other follower of school in all the previous missions, but I guess that was all the ones south with Northumbria. So she was sent down there to cause problems, I guess. And then Skaki was sent up north to cause problems with these people, probably. How do we get down from here? Yeah, because we're trying to go down to somewhere off this mountain. There's some enemies there. The smell of the sea is strong on the air, and the sound of a powerful surf battering the cliffs is heard as a great roar from up here. The smell of a campfire alerts you that you're drawing close to your destination. But just as you locate a natural path down the rocks, the sound of voices stops you. Oh, Skaki himself is just right here. Though you barely know the man, there's no mistaking Skaki's voice. I'll hear no more complaints from any of you fucking mountain goats. Do I make myself clear? The Hlunbjorn is due to return tomorrow. Then you can have all the sleep you want while we sail. Until then, you stand where I tell you and you keep your fucking mouth shut. There's a grumble from one of the Pictish sentries, followed by a sharp smack of Skaki's fist as Skaki's fist connects with his face. What was that? Looks like you just volunteered to clean the shithole tonight. Skaki pauses for a moment to wait for further objections, but as none are forthcoming, he nods satisfied and strides back towards the camp. So I'm guessing the Hlunbjorn is probably their ship. Nephew chuckles darkly. Looks like our old friend has a strained relationship with his local allies. We might be able to exploit that if we're smart about it. I'm almost looking forward to killing that honorless piece of shit. So, perception, which we'll succeed at, we'll take out the sentries from a distance before we close in, or finesse hard, which we will fail at. We should care of these sentries before they realize we're here. Probably we should take care of these sentries. We're no time to waste, let's go kick some ass. We'll take out the sentries from a distance before we close in. I was hoping there'd be an option to convince the Picts to join our side, because he's been clearly mistreating them and they don't really like him, probably. But no, it's just kill him from a distance. You signal Ife to follow you. The two of you quietly take up positions at the top of the earth ramp. You take aim together and loose simultaneously. Both your targets drop without a sound. garbage sling. Oh, hi there. Who are you guys? Because Gaki's group is here at this cave. Save just in case. 3 picks are clustered around a small campfire, barely sheltered from the strong winds ravaging the cliffs. They're dressed in rags and they regard your approach warily. Who are you? We were taken as slaves to serve the Vikings. Were you taken from Donncoirce homestead? No, long before we came here. Our home was a small fishing village on the coast of Sit in the northeast. Oh, what was her country called? I think it started with a CE, didn't it? Oh, no, just say. I thought they cut themselves off. Say, K, whatever is south of my father's kingdom, Kate. It's between Fortriu and Sursin. Have you seen King Donncoirce? So that's who he is, the big fellow with the red beard. We saw them take him down to the cove. There's a small cave there, not a big one, and half flooded with the tide. If he's still alive down there, he won't be in a good state. Leadership 2, this is your chance to win back your freedom. We're here to free the king, and we need to get past the camp. Join us, and you're free to if you survive. They won't survive. They're just slaves in rags. We'd be sending them, essentially, to their deaths to just soak up an attack or two. We're about to attack the camp. Leave quickly. You're free. Or you're my thralls now. A short way up that path, the rest of my herd is waiting. I don't think we need more thralls. We're about to attack the camp. Leave quickly. You're free. Surprise momentarily renders the 3 picks mute. That's very gracious of you, Viking. Thank you. We'll be sure to spread the word of your deeds. I'm sure a bunch of our companions hate that. Just the greedy ones. Unleash hell upon those bastards. They deserve the worst you can do. Well, we'll do what we can to them. So we've got a lootable there. Some more herbs here. Just want to make sure I'm not going to miss anything. Okay, we've got enemies right here. We could try and go from this side to see if that gives us a different angle. So right here we would have a bit of cover, maybe some high ground that makes it hard for them to approach us. So that's probably the angle we want to attack from. Let's see what we can see over here. Okay. No, this is fine. And it was empty anyway. The camp is a mixture of Norse and Pictish tents, but the banners are emblazoned with school's colors. It's clear who's in charge. You count 2 Picts and 3 Vikings. Since you took out the sentries, you still have the element of surprise. Diplomacy 2. Excuse me, I don't suppose anyone here still thinks they fight for Conall mac Taigd? Or we could just go straight to the attack. If we can convince the Picts to give up, that makes it easier for us. Startled, everyone in the camp jumps to their feet and scrambles for their weapons. The 2 Picts face you first, curious looks on their faces. I only ask because Conall no longer poses a threat to anyone. I saw to that personally. One of the Picts clears his throat. We've suspected as much for some time. What are you getting at? Conall can pay you no longer. Fight for me instead, and I'll reward you for it. Skaki's raiders look unimpressed, but the 2 Picts put their heads together. How much? $240 valuables, 6 pence to each of you. I don't want to go all the way up to 12 pence each. $6 each of you. The Pict scrunches up his face and scratches his neck. Give me the full 12 pence, and I'm with you. Hmm. So are you going to attack your friend? Because if I give him the full 12 pence... then is your friend... Because we have the option, deal, or I'd rather take your friend with a bow. What do you say? But then we're choosing one or the other, and so they're going to fight each other? That seems awkward. And I get a choice of which one is on my team and which one dies? Alright, I gave you an option to buy your way out of this, and you didn't take it. You got greedy. Come to think of it, killing you is cheaper. We should probably gain some morale back because we keep losing it to the being too nice to people, so fine. I gave you a chance. So greedy, gain morale, cunning, lost morale. That's probably fine. And we do get to go first. So you have barricaded yourself. 5 enemies. So we've got... You're one of the picks. You're probably a Viking. You're the other picked. Alright, and then those are going to be other Vikings. Yeah, just based on the name. Their names. So, 4, 6, 6, 4, 4. Well, let's get Roskva tucked away. Ow. Huh. Well, that didn't go according to plan. Huh. Who has spot traps? Because I keep telling myself I want to get it on more people, and then I don't. You don't have it. I know Kettle has it. You do too. So I could pull you forward.
Trap!
So you've spotted the trap. If you walk into it... Because I know once you've already set off the trap, no one else takes damage, at least it seems. Alright, I'm going to have you heal Roskva. As much as that pains me.
Let me take a look.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, this is not going the way I intended because of that, those traps just starting things out. But now let's get you into cover. Okay, no, so that's a triggered trap, which means it no longer is damaging. This one will damage us. So if I had you walk around...
Trap!
Yes.
That trap's barely hidden.
Okay, you spotted a trap there as well. So they've got a line of traps here. Gotcha. So you could force them to stand, take the shot, or you can shoot at some of these other people. I'll let you take a shot at him. 95% seems fine. And yeah, the rest of us are going to have to go carefully through that square, specifically. There's a spot there. You... can go here. I guess the question will be, do I want you do a shout, since you can. Or do I want you to move forward? I'll have you do a shout. That way you and Roskva can do shouts, which is probably going to be useful. Then you go through there, and you can charge up to them. Oh, you need to get out of the way. Because if I want her to go through there, she's going to step through that trap and probably there, which is almost certainly also a trap. Gunnar can't move. You can move one more square. Roskva could pull back, which I will do. There we go. So Nefia can go here. Perfect. Roskva, oh, she had done her full movement to there, so she doesn't actually have a shout anymore. That's a mistake on my part. If I go there, do I have a line of shot on anyone? Technically, I could shoot you. Or I could shoot some of your cover. Doesn't look like it. Sure. We'll use the ranging shot to stop you from using that cover. I was thinking about non-lethal on the picks, but I guess I forgot. Oops. Then you can still move, so we'll have you tuck into cover as well. And Nefia could move another couple of squares, but I'm fine having her in full cover. So most of us are blocked from line of sight by this tent. Okay, neutralize an attack of opportunity. Seems like it could be useful. End turn. Alright, using your turn to heal. Reasonable. Demoralize. Oh, and we can see through the rocks. There's a pretty big crowd down there. Alright, Nefia, you can finish them off. So let's go non-lethal for that attack. Then we'll switch back to lethal and have you step aside. Then Gunnar, you can make it to this guy actually. What about Adis? You can make it here. That's not a trap. That's illumination, which is fine. Did I ever give you charge? Still no. Fantastic. Or you could go here. I'm more inclined to send her here. And she can pull the shield out of the way. So let's shield hook here. We've got our two archers that can deal with that. So, Ife. So you step to the side. Get your attack in. Then I can't shoot you. I'm barely being blocked by that wall. Alright. I was wondering about doing a quick attack, but it looks like that's not going to work. Alright, with that, they've got a Danax person here. She's gonna have to run around because they're blocked off by that ledge. So, oh, we're gonna be able to push that boulder down onto them. Cool. Nephew can't quite get up to them, so let's just put you here. That way you're hindering their archer. Nephew, you can move in as well. And Roskva, we've already got Tyr's favor. I doubt their archer is going to do anything. Just go with Thor's favor. Will potentially help us next turn. Adis can actually move a tiny bit forward as well. Okay. I think that all seems fine. You're going with Demoralize while you're standing right next to a guy with 2 giant axes. That's going to turn out real poorly for you. Nephew, go over here and attack through them, please. Then Gunnar, finish him off. Nice and easy. Yeah, let's see about pushing that boulder if that's a thing. I'm gonna quick save just in case it suddenly jumps me into combat before I can hit the boulder if I'm noticed or something. Yeah. It definitely looked like that was going to be an option, so I'm glad it was. And we've got another bit of supplies up here. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to get stuff underneath these tents. And it looked like there's a chest down there. Okay, and we can head out towards that before the fighting starts. Cool. Valkyrie's Flower. It's a real good shield. Can't be damaged in combat. Wow, that just seems overpowered. Plus it gives an additional 20% block chance. 92 absorption. Yes, please. How's that compare to your shield? So way better absorption, better block chance, same physical resistance, and can't be damaged in combat. Versus bonus 10% block when next to an ally. No, that's just awesome. 80% block chance. And it will never get damaged in combat. That is a dang good shield. So we have 4 people we can see. We took out one with a rock. Okay, no surprise that combat started before I can get a little closer. Alright, you are picked. You are not. Skaki himself. Yeah, and you guys are all Vikings. This was probably a picked as well, given that they were standing off. Or a picked, rather. 80% chance to hit people way down there. What about Skaki? 90% chance to hit you and do nearly half of your health. Well, how about that? Let's toss out a ranging shot. Cover all of you. And then can I do a quick shot on you, Skaki? 73%. I am fine with those odds. And yeah, we're going for lethal damage on you. No questions asked. Oh, left you alive at 2 hit points. Shame. And no one else is going to be able to get down there yet. So we're going to go with the aim shot from way downtown. 95% chance to hit and finish off Skaki. There you go. And, of course, it left him alive, even though I have a lethal damage on. Shame. Well, with that in mind, let's get our characters forward. Take cover behind that shield, or that rock. There's a shield marker, but it's not a shield. I sent you there. Where could Nefia get to? Maybe I'll put Nefia back here in this full cover. And then Gunnar. Maybe I should have put Gunnar in the full cover because he takes all the damage. There. And then Roskva. You can probably stay where you are. We'll go with some damage reduction. And then you still have an action. Is there anything I want you to do? I could have you protect. Or defend. Yeah, you don't have a ready. I guess I haven't bought that ability for you. So yeah, we'll go with just protect. Potentially give him a little bit more defense. And call that good. I'm surprised that they're being so aggressive when we took out Skaki before the fight really even started. You would think they would just give in. Nefia can get here, and she can. She can get a good stab on both of them. Particularly if we can pull his shield out of the way. She'll take an attack of opportunity on the route, but I'm fine with that. If Gunnar takes you out, then we don't even get the attack of opportunity. So let's have you move here and shield hook them. And then Nefia, you move around to here and attack through. Perfect. Now, I could attack you. While Ife steps forward to attack you. That just leaves Roskva. Demoralized, since all that's left is an archer, but I don't think it's going to really matter at this point. I suppose I will throw myself into some cover and call it good. You switched to a shield. Was not expecting that. You have bonus damage on breaking shields, so give me a charge, please. Perfect. Shield took it all out. And we'll just have our archers finish you off. Nice and easy. Good stuff. Okay, no new injuries. Fighting ends, and once again, the steady pounding of the surf is the only sound in the world. You are making sure all of your herdsmen are still in one piece when Nephew releases a frustrated groan. Curses, where's Skaki? I mean, we didn't even really take any damage. And you're telling me Skaki ran off? They're good at that. You let your gaze wander across the beach and notice track marks in the sand, trailing from where Skaki fell and disappearing into the sea. Roskva raises a hand towards the horizon. There, look! Already 100 fathoms out among the waves, you see Skaki's bald head rising above the water briefly before ducking under again. Roskva's voice carries notes of admiration. The mad bastard. Bold move, but we'll get him next time. He's not swimming all the way back to Jutland. I mean, we've got a couple of good archers. We could at least take a couple of shots. No? Guess not. If only lethal damage was lethal, you know? But alright, we are going to end this episode here. Next time we'll head into the cave. Skaki's gone, so it'll be the king. Possibly a fight? I mean, if there was going to be a fight, I would assume... Maybe we just go in. I would assume Skaki would be part of the final fight, so maybe it's just the king tucked in there. Alright. I'll hold off on ending the episode quite yet. Yeah, it is just the king in here. And a bit of loot. He's just gonna be like, oh no, more Vikings. Don't worry, we're good Vikings. Hey, Donncoirce. From the look of him, you can tell the King Donncoirce of Dalriada has not been treated with the respect deserving of a captured regent. Up to his ankles in brackish water, he struggles to straighten up when you enter, but where you might expect defiance or relief, he meets your eyes with fear and confusion. His voice is slurred and his tone unsteady. No more, please, no more. King Donncoirce, we're here to rescue you. Your daughter sent us, your majesty. Or what have they done to you? Your daughter sent us, your majesty. Your words don't seem to register. What do you want? Don't hurt me, please. Poor bastard needs a bowl of soup and 3 layers of pelts to sleep in. Healing 1. Examine his injuries. The king has at least 1 broken rib and 4 broken fingers, 2 on each hand. It looks like he hasn't slept or eaten in several days, and judging from the crystals in his beard, he's been drinking salt water. That's bad news. Let's cut his ropes. He starts whimpering when you take out your sacks and continues even after he's been freed. Roskva produces a water skin from her bag and all but forces Donncoirce to drink. She holds his eyelids open with 2 fingers and examines his pupils. He'll make it. He looks strong. It must have taken a lot to break him. I finds an old pelt in the corner and wraps him in, and seems to calm down slightly. Looks like he can still walk. Okay. Then I think this is where we will end the episode. Next time we will head out. I don't know if we're going to find something outside the cave. Probably not. And we will head back to his kingdom to meet up with his daughter. So, for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.